Swap 235 Network Studio.
Jack and the Beanstalk. Story retold by Swap 235 Network Studio. Once upon a time, there was a poor widow who had an only son named Jack and a cow named Milky White. All they had to live on was the milk the cow gave every morning, which they carried to the market and sold until one morning Milky White gave no milk.
What shall we do? What shall we do?
Cheer up, mother. I'll go and get work somewhere.
We've tried that before, and nobody would take you. We must sell Milky White and with the money, start a shop or something.
All right, mother. It's market day today. And I'll soon sell Milky White. And then we'll see what we can do.
So he took the cow and off he started. He hadn't gone far when he met a funny-looking old man.
Good morning, Jack.
Good morning to you.
Well, Jack, where are you off to? Oh!
I'm going to market to sell our cow there.
You look the proper sort of chap to sell cows. I wonder if you know how many beans make 5.
2 in each hand and 1 in your mouth.
You are right. And here they are, the magic beans. As you are so sharp, I don't mind doing a swap with you. Your cow for these beans.
Go along. You take me for a fool.
Ah, you don't know what these beans are. If you plant them overnight, by morning they grow right up to the sky.
Really? You don't say so.
Yes, that is so. If it doesn't turn out to be true, you can have your cow back.
Right?
And handed him over Milky White. Then pocketed the beans. Back home goes Jack and says to his mother,
You'll never guess, mother, what I got for Milky White.
5 pounds. 10. 15. No, it can't be 20?
I told you that you couldn't guess. What do you say to these beans? They're magical. Plant them overnight and...
What? You replaced our cow with this beans? Hey! What we will do with this beans? Now we don't have the cow and we had no food to eat.
His mother threw away the beans on the window.
Star, wings of hope, in a little town where the shadows lay. Jack walks the street, chasing dreams all day, with a heart so bright and a pocket that's bare. He whispers to the stars, we're almost there. Oh, oh, take flight,
when he woke up, the room looked so funny. The sun was shining into part of it, and yet all the rest was quite dark and shady. Jack jumped up and went to the window. What do you think he saw? Why, the beans his mother had thrown out of the window into the garden had sprung up into a giant beanstalk, which went up and up and up until it reached the sky. So the man spoke truth after all. The beanstalk grew up quite close past Jack's window, so all he had to do was to open it and give a jump onto the beanstalk, which ran up just like a big ladder. So Jack climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed.
Through the storms and through the strife, he believes in a better life. Hand in hand, they'll find a way. With love in their hearts, they'll seize the day.
And climb until at last he reached the sky. When he got there, he found a long broad road going as straight as a dart, so he walked along and walked along and he walked along until he came to a great big tall house, and on the doorstep there was a great big tall woman.
Good morning, Mom. Could you be so kind to give me some breakfast? Oh please, Mom. Do give me something to eat, Mom. I've had nothing to eat since yesterday morning, really and truly, Mom. I may as well be boiled as die of hunger.
Well, the ogre's wife was not half so bad after all. So she took Jack into the kitchen and gave him a hunk of bread and cheese and a jug of milk. Jack hadn't half finished these when thump, 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 the whole house began to tremble with the noise of someone coming.
Goodness gracious me, what on earth shall I do? Come along quick and jump in here.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he live or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread.
Nonsense, dear. You're dreaming. Or perhaps you smell the scraps of that little boy you liked so much for yesterday's dinner. Here you go, and have a wash and tidy up.
He was a big one, to be sure, holding a big carved big stone, and whoever hit this will destroy its bones. He had scraggly beard and his mouth was twisted in an angry scroll. So off the ogre went, and Jack was just going to jump out of the oven and run away when the woman told him, well, the ogre had his breakfast. And after that he went to a big chest and took out a couple of bags of gold, and down he sat and counted until at last his head began to nod. And he began to snore until the whole house shook again. Jack then crept out on tiptoe from the oven. And as he was passing the ogre, he took one of the bags of gold from under his arm. And off he peltered until he came to the beanstalk. And then he threw down the bag of gold, which of course fell into his mother's garden. He climbed down and down until at last he got home and told his mother and showed her the gold and said,
Well, mother, wasn't I right about the beans? They are really magical, you see.
So they lived on the bag of gold for some time, until at last they came to the end of it. And Jack made up his mind to try his luck once more at the top of the beanstalk. So one fine morning he rose up early and got onto the beanstalk, and he climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed, and he climbed until at last he came out onto the road again and up to the great tall house he had been to before. There, sure enough, was the great tall woman standing on the doorstep.
Good morning, Mom. Could you be so kind to give me some breakfast? Oh please, Mom. Do give me something to eat, Mom. I've had nothing to eat since yesterday morning, really and truly, Mom. I may as well be boiled as die of hunger.
Go away, my boy. Or else my man will eat you up for breakfast. Aren't you the youngster who came here once before? Do you know, that very day my man missed one of his bags of gold.
That's strange, Mom. I dare say I could tell you something about that, but I'm so hungry I can't speak until I've had something to eat.
Well, the big tall woman was so curious that she took him in and gave him something to eat. He had scarcely begun munching it as slowly as he could when thump, thump, they heard the giant's footstep, and his wife hid Jack away in the oven.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he live or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread.
And had his breakfast of 3 boiled oxen.
Wife, the hen that lays the golden eggs.
So she brought it, and the ogre said,
Lay!
Then the ogre began to nod his head and to snore until the house shook. Jack crept out of the oven on tiptoe and caught hold of the golden hen, and was off before you could say, Jack Robinson. This time the hen gave a cackle which woke the ogre, and just as Jack got out of the house he heard him calling,
Wife! Wife! What have you done with my golden hen?
Why, my dear?
But that was all Jack heard, for he rushed off to the beanstalk and climbed down like a house on fire. When he got home he showed his mother the wonderful hen, and it laid a golden egg every time he said lay.
Lay.
Well, it wasn't long before that Jack made up his mind to have another try at his luck up there at the top of the beanstalk. One fine morning he rose up early and got to the beanstalk, and climbed and climbed and climbed and he climbed. Until he got to the top. This time he knew better than to go straight to the ogre's house. When he got near it, he waited behind a bush until he saw the ogre's wife come out with a pail to get some water. And then he crept into the house and got into a big copper pot. He hadn't been there long when he heard thump, thump, thump. As before, and in came the ogre and his wife.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he live or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread.
I smell him. Wife, I smell him.
Do you, my dearie? Then, if it's that little rogue that stole your gold and the hen that laid the golden eggs, he's sure to have gotten into the oven.
And they both rushed to the oven. Jack wasn't there, luckily. So the ogre sat down to the breakfast and ate it, but every now and then he would mutter,
Well, I could have sworn.
And the cupboards and everything, only, luckily, he didn't think of the copper pot. After breakfast was over, the ogre called out,
Wife, bring me my golden harp.
So she brought it and put it on the table before him. Then he said,
Sing!
The golden harp sang most beautifully. It went on singing until the ogre fell asleep and commenced to snore like thunder. Then Jack lifted up the copper lid very quietly and got down like a mouse and crept on hands and knees until he came to the table, when up he crawled, caught hold of the golden harp and dashed with it towards the door. But the harp called out quite loudly,
Master! Master!
The ogre woke up just in time to see Jack running off with his harp. Jack ran as fast as he could, and the ogre came rushing after, and would soon have caught him, only Jack had a start and dodged him a bit and knew where he was going. When he got to the beanstalk, the ogre was not more than 20 yards away when suddenly he saw Jack disappear. When he came to the end of the road, he saw Jack underneath climbing down for dear life. Well, the ogre didn't like trusting himself to such a ladder, and he stood and waited, so Jack got another start. Just then the harp cried out,
Master! Master!
And the ogre swung himself down onto the beanstalk, which shook with his weight. Down climbed Jack, and after him climbed the ogre. By this time Jack had climbed down, and climbed down. And climbed down until he was very nearly home. So he called out,
Mother! Mother! Give me an axe! Give me an axe!
And the beanstalk was cut in two and began to topple over. Then the ogre fell down and broke his crown. And the beanstalk came toppling after. Jack showed his mother his golden harp, and with showing that and selling the golden eggs, Jack and his mother became very rich, and he married a great princess, and they lived happy ever after.
where the shadows lay. Jack walks the street, chasing dreams all day, with a heart so bright and a pocket that's bare. He whispers to the stars, we're almost there. Oh, take flight, oh, take flight. We'll rise above the darkest night. With every step, we'll break these chains. Jack's hope will grow like the summer rain. His mother smiles, though the nights are cold. In her eyes, a story of strength untold. Jack gathers dreams like